Morning.
Hello, this is Reverend Twyla Reece coming to you from Unity of Merced in Merced, California. It is so good to be here with you at this time. You know, we just passed Father's Day. Sunday was Father's Day, and we had a lovely service at Unity of Merced, meeting back inside of our building and honoring the divine masculine. I had been thinking leading up to this last weekend of how often we focus on the divine feminine, but we tend to only focus on the divine masculine at Father's Day, which, to my understanding, is a Hallmark holiday that was created to sell greeting cards as a way to honor fathers, which is always a noble a noble effort. I don't even want to call it an effort, but a noble activity to honor fathers, to honor mothers, to honor brothers and sisters and grandmothers, and to honor all of us, to honor our neighbor. But we do tend to focus more on, in our society as a whole, it seems, and maybe in the world, I don't know if that's true, but to honor the sacred feminine. It gets a lot of press, probably because women are writing about the sacred feminine. But it did get me thinking about the sacred masculine. At this time in our world, perhaps not too much unlike other times, there's a lot of focus being put on the overarching power of the masculine, of the patriarchy, of the male control over history and over our politics, and we haven't quite reached a balance for the combination of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. I would love to see us move more in that direction. I would love to see me move more in that direction of looking for and seeing the balance of the sacred masculine. Now, as I said on Sunday, for some people, Father's Day is not a joyous day, just as Mother's Day can be difficult for some people. Everybody has not had a good relationship with their father. Some relationships were very painful and very hard. Some were very loving, and yet that father has transitioned on and is no longer with them. So there's always that grieving piece that gets triggered on special days. But everybody hasn't had a beautiful and loving relationship with their earthly father. So that is something to be considered. That is something to take note of and to be tender around, either with yourself or with other people. To find a place where you can heal anything that is needing to be healed. On Sunday, I talked about unresolved grief, that perhaps there is a place within you where you have deep grieving around not only your father, but your mother, parents, guardians as a whole. And where might you look a little more deeply in your heart for what is not working in your life to see where there may be grieving that needs to take place? To see where perhaps there is forgiveness that needs to happen. Always, whenever something is going off in your life, is out of balance, is out of kilter, a good place to start is at any place and anyone where you need to offer forgiveness. Oftentimes it begins right with ourselves. Forgiveness is a great clearing ground. Grieving is a great clearing ground. And that may mean nothing more than taking a little bit of time and effort to reflect and to find peace around whatever it is in your heart that needs to be healed, that needs to be cleared, that needs to be opened up. And as I mentioned, in our world, there's a lot of imbalance around the power of the patriarchy. We see it so much. I know we see it quite a bit in the United States as we strive to find healing and balance in our world. But what if we took some time and really thought about the sacred masculine? Who are the men in your life? Perhaps you are a man and you're listening to me. But where have you seen healthy role models of men? To take some time, either right now or sometime in the near future, and reflect on that. Because they are there. They are truly there. There is so much goodness and love in the world. We need only to open our eyes and our hearts to find it. But to write down and reflect on the qualities of the loving, sacred masculine that are of value to you. I came across this piece on fathers. Well, it's not about fathers, it's about men in general. And it's from a site called The Life. And I did edit it just a little tiny bit, just in full disclosure. But it says, a real man never hurts a woman. The woman came out of man's rib, not from his feet to be walked on, not from his head to be superior, but from his side to be equal, under the arm to be protected, and next to the heart to be loved. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you for whoever wrote that. And of course, they're referring to the biblical story of Adam and Eve and the creation story of man, right? It's always put in the masculine focus first. A real man never hurts a woman. Traditionally, it's put that way, but we are working to find that balance. A real man never hurts a woman. The woman came out of man's rib, not literally. This is all rhetorical. The woman came out of man's rib, not from his feet to be walked on, not from his head to be superior, but from his side to be equal, under the arm to be protected, and next to the heart to be loved. What wonderful imagery of that creation story. I had never heard it framed in that way. But a real man never hurts a woman. A real man never hurts a woman. Only wounded and scared men hurt a woman. Only wounded and scared women hurt men or anyone else. Remember that saying, hurt people hurt people. So as we put a different focus and a different spin, we open up our hearts and our minds to the sacred masculine. And what does that mean? To give honor and gratitude and love to all of those masculine figures in our lives. It may not be a physical man. It may be a more masculine woman. It may be a non-binary person. We are so fortunate to be waking up into a world that is more inclusive. But what if we took that sacred masculine energy and allowed it to fully develop in our world, to fully give voice to all of the love and the support and the protection that comes from the sacred masculine? Perhaps you have had that in your life. Perhaps you experienced it. Perhaps you are that person and you give that love and protection and honor to the people in your life. It doesn't even have to be a family member, it can come from anywhere. But it's time for us to change this paradigm and to change our thinking and allow for that sacred masculinity to grow and allow it to be from the heart of God. Which takes me to the metaphysics of the divine masculine. So I would like for you to hear this. I call it the sacred work of the divine. And what I'm reading to you is from Unity's Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. The metaphysical meaning of father is one who has begotten a child, one who gives origin to, a generator. God as Father is the great cause, the cause of all life, all being. There is only one source from which all living ideas and all living objects proceed. We call this source the Father. God is Father of all that is. God is the cause. As cause, God is the seed idea of life present in every unmanifested or manifested creation. As source, God continually sustains and supplies each expression of itself with all that is necessary for its development. God is the cause and source of the mind and life that is being expressed everywhere, whether this is known or unknown. God is the cause and source of the mind and life that is being expressed everywhere, whether we know it or not. In Unity, we often speak of God as Father, Mother, God, or Mother, Father, God, whichever order you want to put it in. Because in actuality, God as first cause, whatever that first cause is, however it came into being, however it came into vibration, whatever, however, whenever, what we call God is that moment of creation. Not God as a person or a spirit man sitting in a golden throne. That is not in Unity how we see God. God is vibration, energy. It is love. It is divine love and wisdom. It is source. It is first cause. And you cannot have procreation without having both mother and father. So while we give honor and glory and love to the sacred feminine for that intuitive sense that is all around us, let us also take a moment and bring into the consciousness the sacred masculine, the divine masculine. For each and every one of us is a creation of both the feminine and the masculine. whatever you call the God of your understanding, whatever you call the good of your understanding, even if you don't happen to have a name for it. If you just know that there are moments in your life where you go, oh, I don't know what it is, but I know it's something. Or I don't know what it is and I don't believe it's anything, but wow, that feeling just felt so good as my heart opened up to a joy and love that I have never known before. That is the vibration of divine love and wisdom. So I leave you with this thought to take time to be gentle with yourself and to contemplate the joy and beauty of a sacred masculine that really is all providing and all love. Have a great rest of your day, wherever it may be, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.